And they're away.
Yeah, away nice and clean. Umpire probably just waiting to make sure there was no impediment or log or anything on the course, and away they go nice and cleanly. Fairly straightforward to steer a double. It's quite manoeuvrable, adjusts quite quickly to a difference in pressure. And, well, how do the lightweights attack heavyweights? By just spinning along as fast as they possibly can. They've got to whip the weight of the rate up, get the boat running and see what they can do. The heavyweights have got an awful lot of power that they can expense all the way down the course. So here it is. It's weight and height and strength on this side of the very experienced John Collins and Graham Thomas at the heart of the British sculling squad. And on the far side, you can see the lightweights haven't got the power to match them. What they've got to do is row their boat, row their rhythm, and see if they can provide a bit of an upset. But so far, the heavyweights have the edge.
Look, and I would expect certainly to see the heavyweights probably a bit more power out of the start and able to get themselves into an advantage. Typically, lightweights, as you say, they spin it along at a little bit higher rate. They keep the boat ticking over, and they're really good at keeping that boat running and keeping it up and moving. When you've only got 70-odd kilos to hang on the handle, you have to learn how to be truly effective with what you're doing, because you just don't have power and strength and size to be able to lever the boat. So I would expect them to be wanting to keep their rate up, but this is a big ask. A university crew, this crew from Georgetown University, up against not just a senior national team crew from Great Britain, but a medal-winning crew.
Absolutely, and you know, they've also got you know, the young students still. They've done a little bit together in the youth championships and in some US events, junior national events, but on the contrasting side, with 44 kilos of extra power to dispense, the Brits, John Collins in the bow seat, 6 times Henley Regatta medalist, 6 of those red box stacked up on his mantelpiece, as well as rowing in the Olympic final in 2016 in the double scull. So a lot of experience there. And in stroke seat, Graham Thomas, famously from Agecroft, has come through the world-class start program, the program by which British sports have gone out to try and find talent from other areas. He came, I think, from a little bit of rugby background and has been at the heart of the GB sculling squad, building up the pressure through the squad in the run-up to the Rio Games.
And Hayda Formoso-Murias from Georgetown University on the right-hand side of the screen there. He's in the stroke seat of that boat. He was never allowed to row by the coaches. He was forced to be a coxswain for the first 2 years. But since then, he's been on 2 US national teams, and he's actually a dual citizen of the US and the UK.
I love that kind of thing, because although it sounds a bit unpleasant, it does give people a real determination to prove other people wrong, and you can see he's absolutely got that spirit. And you can see, actually, just looking at the style, this is one determined guy in the stroke seat of that, the trailing quad at the moment from Georgetown in Washington. Fantastic university over there. But here on their home water, we're looking at the Leander and Agecroft double. Leander bow seat. We've seen plenty of Leander shirts on the river today. John Collins looking very strong. You can see the amount of muscle definition on both of those athletes. They've been in the gym a lot, getting ready for this summer season, and just pushing the double along really nicely here.
Yeah, they are. That's what we'd be expecting to see from a crew of this calibre. Of course, winning silver at the last World Cup in Poznan and placing 4th at the Europeans in Lucerne earlier this year. We'll be seeing this crew, no doubt, in Rotterdam next week for the World Cup.
Yeah, they look to be going pretty well at the moment, don't they? And it's great to see, actually, these national team crews that we've seen all throughout the day here at Henley competing in this very different kind of setup. Side-by-side racing, 2 lanes, but also being part of an incredible tradition. The Double Sculls event here at Henley was started in 1939 at the Centenary Regatta, and so they'll be part of a proud tradition of many, many competitors through the years, and the Leander Club having played their part in many of those races.
Absolutely. And it looks like they went out hard in the early stage of the race, having a, bit of a blowout, I guess. They know that they're facing the Kiwis tomorrow, which will be a great match-up to see between these 2 crews, national team crews from Britain and New Zealand. in the final of the Double Sculls Challenge Cup tomorrow. Of course, we're not done with this race yet, so we shouldn't go too far ahead of ourselves.
Yeah, but I think if you are a crew that on paper is so much stronger and more experienced, then you obviously treat every opponent with absolute respect, and you approach the race in exactly that way. But you're probably also thinking, well, what we're going to do is we're going to practice our start, go out to a certain marker, and assuming we're in a position, then we probably ease back a little bit. You can see in the umpire's launch there, just to the left of a picture next to the beard, is Jürgen Grobler, the legendary British team coach who's been in place for so many years, so many medals this man has been at the heart of for Germany and then for many years for Great Britain. Watching with keen interest his double as they're sculling nicely alongside our drone. Let's see if we can get a little bit of a look into the technique that's going on in these two boats.
Yeah, great shot there from above of this very class British double, and we saw there a very cheeky look from John Collins in the bow seat.
Hello, Mum. How are you doing?
Looking directly at that drone camera, so that was quite funny. I haven't seen an athlete do that yet, so they must be feeling quite comfortable.
Well, yeah, John couldn't wave because he's got an oar in both hands, but I have seen somebody waving earlier in the racing. Not quite in the spirit of what we want to be seeing here, but it's good to know that they're connecting with viewers all around the world, fans of rowing across countries, 17 different countries competing here at Henley. And if you're watching this and you're thinking, I wonder if this sport's for me, there's an example in the boat there, Graham Thomas in the red of Agecroft sitting in the stroke seat of that double. Here's somebody who came later to rowing and from other sports and proved himself to be a really powerful athlete and a fantastic sculler. It's not an easy discipline to learn sculling, but he's done tremendously well from that beginning.
Yeah, absolutely. And we're seeing, I think, more and more rowers come to the sport from different pathways as well, not just from school. But as we see here on screen, still the Americans really pushing it, keeping the rate up. Georgetown University, they're going to race it all the way to the line, but I think that the British crew have a good look on what's happening, and if they need to, they'll just pop that rate up a fraction to make sure that they take that victory and progress through to tomorrow's final.
Yeah, great to see the lightweights attacking it right to the line, absolutely, as they should do. Fantastic for them to have the chance to compete here.